Hello people, this is Sokatsan. In this video, we will analyze the total intellectual and moral meltdown of Mohammed Hijab. Let's go.
Hiding, yeah? Hiding! But all of these conversations you have on Skype, you're hiding, boy! You're hiding! And you know you can't come out and show your face. You're hiding! Okay, let's go back to the camera. This individual, he says Muslim women have AIDS, you're a whore, talking to a woman, take off your panties, whether you like it or not, you're going to show me your boobs. Is this your representative for the Christian community? If we had done that with a Muslim, with a Jewish or a Christian woman, what would that be?
It will be something like this, more or less.
Look at this. Mohammed Hijab says, why would this incest-endorsing Islamophobe, again, I never endorsed incest, who may be attempting to sexually lure his sister as we speak, dedicate an entire channel trying to attack Islam, and when confronted for a fair debate, rejects the offer more quickly than his sister would reject him if he offered?
Wait, what it says here? Since he sees it as morally acceptable, I wonder if the inbred apostate has any nephews or sons. No, I didn't mean nephews or sons, I meant both at the same time. What? Instead of pointing the finger at Islam, at the Muslim community, a finger he will surely need to fulfill his conjugal obligations, or indeed the incestuous activity he may be engaged in with mommy and sister. The apostate needs to thoroughly review his own morals.
Let the bastard now come and justify himself. Come on, bastard, give us a call and justify yourself instead of talking about inshallah. Come on, let's see. Yeah, let's see what he has to say. Hey, bastard, go ahead. Tell us what you want to say about this.
Okay, I'm asking you.
Are Muslim women prostitutes? Have they got AIDS?
As a Muslim.
Have they got AIDS? Have they got AIDS? Have Muslim women got AIDS?
Let me ask you the question. Is it
Have Muslim women got AIDS?
As a Muslim.
Have Muslim women got AIDS?
Say a promise without inshallah.
Are Muslim women prostitutes?
Yes or no?
Are Muslim women prostitutes?
Is this
Are Muslim women prostitutes? Let him answer.
When your prophet he says,
are Muslim women prostitutes? Yes or no? Yes or no? Are Muslim women prostitutes? Yes or no?
Yes or no? Why yes or no? He tries to answer you, my friend. You know, are Muslim women prostitutes? Let me answer you. Yes, according to your God. Muslim women are prostitutes according to your God. Surah 4:24. And also prohibited to you are married women except those your own hand possess. That means slaves. This is the decree of Allah upon you, and lawful to you are all others beyond this, provided that you seek them with your property, desiring chastity, not unlawful sexual intercourse. So, for whatever you enjoy from them, give them their due compensation as an obligation, and there is no blame upon you for what you mutually agree to beyond the obligation. Indeed, Allah is ever-knowing and wise. So your ever-knowing and wise Allah decided to name prostitution marriage, temporary marriages, muta. In other words, according to your God and your Prophet, you can rent a Muslim woman, marry her for 3 hours, give her money, and have sex with her. So yes, according to your God and Prophet, Muslim women are prostitutes. We, on the other hand, don't think that. Okay, Mohammed Hijab, that's exactly what would have happened if you opened the microphone of Christian Prince. But instead, you decide to be the amazing hero talking to yourself.
What are you talking about? You're saying Muslim women are prostitutes and you're talking about some trivial matter? Okay, I'm a liar. Pause the bastard. Pause the bastard. Turn them off. Turn them off.
You guys come in. Cause here we go. This is one of them right here. He's not. This isn't specifically about you, but this follows a bunch of attacks on you guys here. But he says, let's see. Let me see if I can zoom in on this a bit. right there. So he says, I call upon all of the Muslim Twitter soldiers to work within the full scope of the law to create maximum damage to the cause of Apis and his public figure with a censored. They are demoralized and on the ropes. Do not let the weak-minded Muslims deter you. Finish them. Finish them! And notice the silliness here, right? It's we criticize Muhammad for a reason, right? This guy calls for our violent subjugation. We're all dead. We're all dead according to Muhammad. We're all dead because we criticize Islam. You guys have an additional death sentence because you're ex-Muslims. So everyone on this live stream right now is under a death sentence. Islam calls for the violent subjugation of the entire world, calls for a lot of horrible things. And so when we criticize Islam, it's like Muslims are saying, yes, there's this ideology that calls for your violent subjugation, calls for your death, even according to Ali Dawah. It's a guy who had sex with a prepubescent girl and took the wife of his own adopted son and bought, owned, sold, and traded black African slaves and did all of these things. But don't you dare criticize him. If you criticize him, it's just because you're evil and will go after your wife. And that seems to be the reasoning there. So notice if your AP and Abdullah, if your wives were calling for the violent subjugation of the entire world, we're calling for people to be slaughtered, and we're winning millions and millions of followers to go out and kill and slaughter for them, and Hijab said, well, we must criticize these women. I would say, yeah, you do. You should, because of their horrible teachings. But it's more along the lines of they're attached to you guys, and therefore they're fair game.
Mohammed Hijab gets outraged when people criticize and mock Islam. But is his outrage justified? Let's say Islam is a totalitarian political ideology that actively inspires to enslave the world. Does Mohammed Hijab knows that? Yes, he does. He makes lectures against democracy and human rights. He celebrates and takes interviews from people that think that offensive jihad is justified. The same way the UN is enforcing human rights, he thinks he has the right to enforce Sharia in this world. Mohammed Hijab has the political views of a Nazi. That's not an overstatement. That's exactly right. So I make this analogy just to grasp what he is thinking. Mohammed Hijab has the views of a Nazi. Then he expects no criticism. When your friend, my friend, says things like this, you expect no criticism.
And there's a reason to it. Yeah, there's a reason why there's a capital punishment, because people like you, little weaklings who leave their religion and cause corruption in the land by spreading it, the capital punishment in Islamic law would be applied to you. We have no doubt, and we're proud of that. Yeah, capital punish will be applied in an Islamic state. Yeah, not individuals going and doing it themselves like idiots. Yeah, no, under an emir, it is done. Yes, and we, you know what, we'll be watching. We'll be watching, because if you're going to cause corruption in the land, that's going to cause more damage to the society as a whole, because the Sharia didn't come to protect an individual's right. Hey, can I drink alcohol? Yeah, sure. Drink alcohol, run someone over, kill them, set all this kind of chaos. No, Islam says the right of the community is greater than you individual wanting your right to freedom, which is BS. Absolutely BS, yeah?
Our rights for freedom are BS, and you will be watching as we will get executed. Okay, watch this now.
Hey, I just noticed I'm wearing the same shirt that I'm wearing now, even though this is years ago. That's how long I keep my stuff. So this is Mohammed Hijab says, Mary Wood, David's wife, a public figure who has her own content. Here she is between two men. So notice, because my wife is in the middle seat, Hijab posts, here she is between two men. Between two men? Ho-ho! You know what that means in Islam. If you're between two men? Ho-ho! So that's about. So for some reason, Hijab took this down
This is the sick mind of Mohammed Hijab.
instantly. And yeah, so yeah, AP. So we have that post with me. We have this post against you, which me and Abdullah, yeah, we didn't catch on. This is all directed to your. Yeah, see, look, guys, I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do here, guys, because look at this. Wow, so many chapters I could pee on if Mohammed Hijab is really obsessed with these golden showers and so on. Guys, you don't understand, right? What do? Yeah, I make fun of your prophet, but I make fun of your prophet because he's, as far as I can tell, the most horrible person in the history of humanity. That's why I make fun of him, and I make fun of him because I believe it's a peaceful way of responding to a horrible person, right? It's a peaceful way of responding to a horrible person. I don't want people killing and slaughtering. I don't want people killing and slaughtering over this stuff. But look, so here we have Holy Quran. Hijab, you're the one who's saying, they're criticizing Muhammad. They're criticizing the Prophet. Therefore, we will attack their wives. Dude, you seem to think, well, they did it, therefore I can escalate, and you seem to think that we can't escalate. Are you serious? I'm an escalator. Put me in a mall because I'm an escalator, dude. that's what I do. I just wait for you guys. But look, my goodness, what is this? Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness, look. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's a little light there. Look at that. Surat Al-Fatiha. You guys see Surat Al-Fatiha here? Surat Al-Fatiha, man.
Yeah.
Good job. Do you really think we can't escalate? My goodness. Do you really think that you want to go this route? You think, he made Islamicize me. He made the boom boom room. Dude, I will buy the domain pissonthequran.com if you keep going down this road. And every single thing that happens, I will say this is because this is Mohammed Hijab. He's putting us in this direction. Hey Muhammad, you like to spit, right? There goes Surat Al-Fatiha. Want to keep playing with me, dude? Next time I'll actually swallow the surah, and you know where that'll go in 2 days. You know where that'll be in 2 days. You want to go this route? And you Mohammed Hijab fans who are watching this right now, I don't want you to, whatever you do, I order you not to remember that the next time you're reciting Surat Al-Fatiha during your prayers. I order you not to recall me chewing up and spitting out your surah. I order you. Don't do it. Don't remember that every single time. You really want to go, Hijab? Because here's the thing. Hijab, you and your fans, you think like little kids. You think like adolescents. Oh, we'll make fun of them. Oh, we'll make fun of them, right? I think like Lex Luthor on crystal meth.
And I think, like Socrates, had sex with Mick Jagger and had a baby.
You're vile individual. You're a despicable individual. What are you talking about? You're saying Muslim women are prostitutes and you're talking about some trivial matter. Okay, I'm a liar. Pause the bastard. Turn them off. Turn them off.
Okay, hold on.
What? Go on. Say what you want. I'm a liar. I'm gonna bring it back. Play it back.
You will not answer me.
Say sorry. Say sorry. Are you calling my mama a prostitute? Is my mama a prostitute? Is my mama a prostitute? Is my daughter a prostitute? Are my sisters prostitutes? I'm asking you a question. Are my sisters and my mom and my daughter prostitutes or not?
I detect an outrage against insults, family insults. The Christian prince never said that. Okay? You, on the other hand, said this.
What is the problem with hijab? This is your friendly neighborhood ex-Muslim. So, Mohammed Hijab has been on the warpath recently. I wasn't going to bother making a video on this drama, but he kept escalating. He posted pictures of my wife and me on Twitter with some vulgar comments below. And he did the same to Abdullah Gondal and his wife.
Okay, let's see what it says here. Personal question 8. He made 8 questions. Since it's not against your worldview, have you ever considered, or indeed have you ever been requested to provide a male escort to provide services for your partners? This guy went online and started insulting the wives of every Islamophobe.
And their masters. Oh, check this out. And then,
Wow.
hey, now we have the masters thing here. And then when they are handcuffed by their own arguments and their own masters, spit at them in disregard. And they are humiliated in front of the Muslims in a secret mental climax. What the heck is this wrong with this dude?
You're finished.
Takes place.
Finished.
You're done, boy.
He should write anime or something.
Dumb
Like,
boy.
seriously.
Finished.
Yeah, he could be a One Punch Man villain with
Yeah.
giving a speech. Takes place
Yeah, exactly.
in the very core of their hypocrisy, since they secretly admire those who they mock. So I guess that's him. You secretly admire Mohammed Hijab, guys. They admire my rugged manliness.
But this guy lives in the kingdom.
I'm laughing at the comments here. Check that out. KL says, it's hang on, it's covered up by our video. KL says, what's a mental climax? and then Michelle Shaba says, Mimi is freaky. So they're commenting on his weird. What in the world? I can't. Wow, golden showers. Gosh, what a weird dude.
Scared of me.
Oh, now we actually got to Mrs. Apostate here. All right, so Hijab says, now we're getting to the wives. When these anti-Muslim attention whore Islamophobes, when these anti-Muslim attention whore Islamophobes need to get on their knees in intellectual submission before they are whipped, before
He
they are
loves this BDSM theme, eh?
before they
Seriously.
are whipped
Loves it.
and lashed and chained up to against the wall by freedom of speech by the Twitter Muslims, and they reluctantly open their mouth in protestation to find they have been defiled by the truth. Hey, listen, he said all of this imagery here, whipped by freedom of speech by the Twitter Muslims. So you guys are being lashed and whipped by the Twitter Muslim, and you reluctantly open your mouth in protestation to find that you have been defiled.
No, look, it is actually worse, and it's hard for me to speak this out. To be quite honest, but he's referring to my wife. He has a screenshot of my wife. And he's referring to her.
No!
What he's doing here, the imagery that he's intending to put out here, is that my wife. Look, he's covering, he's veiling it all in such a way that it is relevant to Islamophobia and the war between the critics of Islam and Muslims. But what he's implying here is that when these anti-Muslim attention whore Islamophobes, meaning my wife is the attention whore, need to get on their knees in intellectual submission. He adds intellectual to make more of an implication of it, to make it more veiled, before they are whipped by freedom of speech by the Twitter Muslims. So he's implying here that the free speech by all those tough Muslim men, while my wife is getting on her knees in intellectual submission, and they reluctantly open their mouth in protestation to find that they have been defiled by truth.
Get back.
You will not answer me. You will
Say
not
sorry.
answer me.
Say
I
sorry.
asked you a question.
Say sorry.
So why-
Say sorry. Are you calling my mama a prostitute? Is my mama a prostitute? Is my mama a prostitute? Is my daughter a prostitute? Are my sisters prostitutes?
It's another debate.
I'm asking you a question. Are my sisters and my mom and my daughter prostitutes or not?
You answer me. This is
Have they got AIDS?
I am the
Have
one
they
who
got
asked the
AIDS?
question.
Have they got AIDS? Have they got AIDS?
Are you
Have they
going
got
to
AIDS?
Answer the
Be a
question.
man. Be a man.
Listen.
Huh?
Let me answer you. Let me
Go on.
answer you.
Yeah, go on.
Let me answer you. Shut up. Shut up.
Go
Shut
on.
up. Shut up.
Go on.
You're a prophet say that the one who don't
Answer
take
the
himself
question.
away
Answer the
from
question.
Allah will make his
Answer the
work
question.
accomplished.
You're not saying you're not a man no more. You're not a man no more. How comes you are so brave with that girl? How comes you were so brave with that girl? How comes you were so brave with that girl? How comes you were so brave with that girl? But how comes you were so brave with that girl? How comes you were so brave with that girl, and with me you're not brave at all? You can't answer like the way you asked her. You want to see that woman's panties, yeah? Do you want to see her panties? Do you want to see her panties, yeah?
Are you?
Do you want her to show your breast? Do you want her to show your breast? You're asking her for breast. Is that, if I did that with a Christian woman, is that alright?
Okay, Mohammed Hijab, let me say this as calmly as possible. You are the only one who did this, Mohammed Hijab. The delusion of these people get in my nerve, okay? They are blind. They are completely blind. Should we worry? Mohammed Hijab, should we worry? Should we call an ambulance?
But then you have Muslims say, I have got doubts, I don't know, and this can't be quiet. Have some guts, be a man. Stop being the slave of the Orientalists. Come on, it's an inferiority complex. Why, man? Brother, I have doubts. What doubts, man? What embarrassment is that? Why you have doubts? Why? So tell me now. I don't understand. Why you have doubts? What kind of man are you anyway? Huh? What kind of woman are you? What kind of Muslim are you? What kind of Muslim are you? Let's be honest about the situation. Putting doubts in that one's heart and that one's mind and this one's soul. Quiet, man. David Wood, you've not read a damn thing. All you're reading is all you get your information from is me. I'm your teacher, boy. And all of you people, I'm your teachers, you're Orientalists. Wallahi, we are your teachers. And you know it. Don't pretend to be our teacher. You have nothing on us. You know nothing. Don't ever come and step up to us, wallahi. All of you. I know you're listening to me. I'm shaking. You need to use the toilet now. I know you do. Now listen carefully. Listen carefully, and I want you to all listen. I know the enemies of Islam are listening to me. Let me tell you, my guy, if you saw what I look like now, believe me, a lot of the enemies of Islam would be very scared.
Yes, we are very scared. But in fact, I'm so scared that I will call my mother. Wait, one moment, please. Mama, can you come here, please? Nothing, I'm just scared. Please, Mama, can you hold my hand? Because I'm really scared.
Just like Apis was very scared. Many of them would be very scared because, when we come with the truth and the haqq, when we come with the truth and the haqq and all of the details like this, khalas, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And a lot of you are losing faith, and you should. Uqsumu billahi al-azim, I know the Christians are on this chat. Lose faith. I tell you, lose faith. It's better for you. Uqsum billah, you are deceived and self-deluded.
Yeah, but because the question whether God exists is a serious one and a scientific, how about go join ISIS and let the adults investigate that question? Okay, Mohammed Hijab. In the meanwhile...
Yeah, say something.
One second. I want to ask you a question. Would Jesus, listen, the Jesus that you follow, would he approve of what you've done?
What?
Jesus that you follow, would he approve of what you did? They
Bro,
are
it's finished.
With this.
Bro, that's what I told him. I told him yesterday.
reputation-
Bro, I'm telling you, I told him
Absolutely
yesterday.
disgusting.
Bro, let me tell you. I
Absolutely
told this guy yesterday, I told him that you're going to lose a chunk of the Christian
He
community.
made a big mistake.
He made a big mistake. He humiliated himself today because the truth is this, is that the people now know what kind of vulgarities come out of this person's mouth. What kind of dirty individual this is. You are, Alec, dirty individual, sickening human being. Talking to a woman, calling her, oh, you're a boy, you're nothing. Do you understand? You would never come to me and speak to me like that, like the way you speak to that girl.
Sickening, eh? The tactics of Christian Prince are sickening, according to you. Couple of months later.
By sheer coincidence, the next morning, montage.
Only told apostate prophet to commit suicide, which is definitely harassment. What was his justification? He ended up uploading a clip justifying what he said. He said, oh, you guys don't think there's anything wrong with suicide, so what's the problem?
Likewise, I said to Apis recently, I said to him, look, if I were you, a coward like yourself, I'd rather die from the cowardliness that I have, the pain of a coward, than continue, or something to this effect. So go and jump off a building, go and kill yourself, because it shouldn't be morally objectionable on your worldview. I'm paraphrasing what I said, not word for word. So there was uproar from his people. Like, how can you say this? How can you wish death upon him? What's wrong with wishing death? And what is wrong with asking someone to kill themselves on your worldview? What is wrong?
Okay, I have seen this video. In this clip, Mohammed Hijab goes on how the end justifies the means. And he will start insulting everybody so that they can understand that there is no objective morality in atheism. In other words, what accuses the Christian Prince of doing, he is admittedly doing that. Admittedly. Christian Prince doesn't do that, by the way. Look this guy. Mohammed Hijab, you are a living contradiction. Okay? You are a walking, talking contradiction. You have a double personality and you see to other people yourself. You mirror yourself to other people. This guy, maybe he watched the computer screen. He sees himself in the face of Christian Prince and gets pissed. Something like that.
You're Alec. You're nothing. Do you understand? You wouldn't come and speak to me like that. That's why you're running and hiding. Because you never come and speak to a man, Muslim man, or Muslim woman have AIDS. You would never come and speak to us like that. Do you understand? That's why you're hiding. That's why you're running. And that's why you've got your little boyfriends there, David Wood and Sam Shimoni. Yeah, you're telling them about them things, yeah? And you're lying to them. And that's why they get humiliated on the stages in front of millions of people across different countries. Why? Because you're lying to them about the Arabic language. You can't even read the Arabic language.
Some more evidence that Mohammed Hijab is talking to himself, okay? He's talking, look, he's talking to the air. I think he's talking to himself. He says to an Arab guy, an Arab-born person, okay, that he doesn't know Arabic. And how he talks. With signals. How did Christian Prince talk to his mother? He doesn't know his mother tongue. How he was talking to his mother? Mama, let me bring the dictionary from English, from nothing to Arabic, because I cannot speak. I don't know my mother tongue.
Let me give you one more chance. Put the bastard on. Let him try and read the Quran. I promise you he can't, because I've checked it and seen it myself. He cannot read. Go ahead.
It's getting better and better. Now an Arab person cannot read Arabic.
You're an intelligent young man, and it would be a shame if something happened to you. You little boy, you little boy, you bastard!
Now this is what, you know what, yeah, I have to say something, yeah, that, where what do you call it, I'll have to rate that, because, look, they even made one about Ali Dawah. Look at it, one second. How do I play this one? Play video. One second.
Would he ever allow his own sister to be in a music video with another man, and allow that man to be in bed with his own sister, and allow his sister to lick that man's face? Simple question. Yeah?
Popo, the intelligence of Ali Dawah is of a scientist. Ali Dawah is almost a scientist. Okay, guys, thank you. See you in the next video.
The story of the prophet, it says that Paul, he wanted to kill the Messiah. He heard that he is coming to Damascus, so he took his mule, and when he went there, an angel hit him in his eyes and make him blind. And then Paul became a believer in Jesus. And then Paul, he asked the Messiah, can you please recover me so I can see again? And then he recovered him. So now I want your answer. Go ahead.
Go forward. Answer.